King of Fighters 15. I have never played this before. It's not the full release, of course. It's the open beta. I just want to preface this with, I'm actually really excited about this game. I've played King of Fighters my whole life, not very well, but I've always enjoyed this series, especially for the characters and the music. To be honest, it's a miracle that SNK still exists. Like, didn't they sell the company, and then when they decided to continue making games, they had to like buy all of their assets back and then rehire all the people that used to work at SNK? What controller should I use? Should I play on arcade stick or all buttons controller? Steering wheel. Unfortunately, steering wheel is not an option. Should we just go into a match without pressing? No. Yes, let's do it. Let's use the default team. I've never played this game. Let's just jump straight in and see how we do. This is how I like to play this game. New games. Run in as if you just put a coin in the arcades. You're like, that game looks like fun. You put a coin in and you just play. Flail in combat until you win. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I only do the first half of that. Round one. Fireball! Fireball! Yes! Whoa! Uh-oh. The combos have begun. Aha! I need the volume was turned down for some reason. Come on, I gotta have a move or two. Alright. We got this. Who even is my third character? Oh, I see. I can evade. Oh, brilliant. Guard cancel, sick. The animation is nice and smooth, but it does feel like they're moving in slow motion. Why does Kyo look younger in this game than he's ever looked? It looks a bit like SF5. It looks a bit like, you know when you're working with clay and you pour water on the clay and it gets a little bit smoother? That's what it looks like they've done. It looks good. But everyone looks like they're moving in slow motion, even though I think the game's not slower than usual. It's weird to have a game that you can't, like, speed, like, there's no shortcut for running. I would have thought that a modern KOF would have, like, BlazBlue cross-tag style of running, where just pressing forward is always a run. Like, is there any instance in KOF when you'd ever want to just walk forwards? No dash button That's the other thing, yeah, I'm so used to modern fighting games, quality of life upgrades. I would quite like a dash button. I mean, obviously, we got plenty of games with dash buttons, so I actually appreciate that they're protecting, you know, an old system. Just because there are new modern things out there doesn't mean the old ones aren't fun anymore, but I am missing having a dash button, a convenience like that. I feel like they could afford to have more flames and more fire everywhere. Yeah, they're stage pyrotechnics, but I feel like this DP, like, that little swirl, it reminds me of Capcom vs. SNK 2. Like, it never looked as good as the 2D versions.
What a great fight! Mad respect to the winner!
Mad respect to the winner! I love it. Whoa! This angle! They're gonna get me thrown off Twitch. Wow, what was that? I mean, yeah, 2002 is a fast game. But I feel like all KOFs are generally faster than this. That might not be a bad thing. Because it is quite overwhelming for new players, and the last thing the game needs is to be difficult for new players. Ouch. Wake up, Super, let's do this! Again! Wake up, Super! What is this, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus? They've they've tweened. They've tween animations the light punch, which is a mistake. Because it makes the game look really slow, and actually, I don't think these light punches are actually that slow. Look at that. There's no need for all those startup animations. The game feels really slow. I wonder if I could just get used to it, though. King of Fighters is a game where you have to press like 6 million buttons per second, so in a way, maybe it's something I should be grateful for. Wow, I remembered how to do it. Why does he look younger in this game? Oh wow, I remembered one combo! Man, Yashiro looks amazing. They spent all their money on the revival team. One thing that is amazing is that the lobby does allow you to do the battle against the host mode. I don't think I've ever seen that. What just happened? Did I super after you supered? I can't remember what happened. Oh, I actually did it at the right time. Oh my god, I'm a genius. The animations look really nice. That kick looked exactly how it should look. No! I died. Okay. I need to practice. I'm willing to. I'm willing to do it. It looks really nice. I think I was skeptical when the first trailers came out. I was like, okay, well, they've updated the graphics, but clearly it's just KOF14 with a new lick of paint. But this is very, very different. It looks significantly nicer in motion than I was expecting. I think you watch the trailers and you're like, okay, looks nice, but they kind of look I don't know what's the word I'm trying to say. Fake. It looks unreal. It's that weird uncanny valley thing. But in practice, it's like, this animation works. The rollback is definitely working though, because like the moves aren't getting lost. I don't know if all of them are not getting lost, but when I press a command, it does. Unless if it doesn't get rolled back, then at least it is coming out. It really does matter that a game looks nice enough that it doesn't make you sad every time you look at it, because for a fighting game, you have to look at the screen for like hours and hours on end. So it doesn't have to look like Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball, obviously. I mean, that would be nice. It doesn't have to look like that, but it has to look nice enough that you don't mind. Your eyes don't hurt after 8 hours looking at it. Whew! That was a lot of fun. It's not maybe as expectation-shattering as I was hoping, though. I think I was hoping to be blown away by, like, the speed and excitement of KOF, but definitely feels like a more relaxed, chilled-out KOF by comparison. I mean, it's just like Strive. You know, Strive feels like the characters are moving in slow motion, but you still have very little time to make decisions, so it's like the game does move at a fast pace, and I think KOF15 will be no different. It will move at a fast pace, but the action itself, like the hops, the short hops and the jumps and the reacting to things, like I think the game is going to feel very different to previous KOFs after we've spent more time with it. So I'm not getting that immediate, like, whoa! I don't know if the word's not ethereal. I'm not getting the vivid. There's a word, I can't think of it right now, but I'm not getting that epic, whoa, this game is intense feeling yet. And that's not it's just not the game it's going to be. This is going to be a game that isn't terrifying to start playing. And KOF has always been a game that's been kind of terrifying for people to play. Like, there are some mega hard combos in the game. I think the game just moves faster than most other fighting games in general, or, you know, traditionally KOF games do. So it's, in a way, I'm really curious to see whether a lot of new people pick up the game purely because it's kind of more approachable in terms of visceral is exactly the word I was looking for. Dang. Why are you always so on point? You're amazing. Visceral is exactly the word I was looking for. Yes. The speed is similar to 14. Huh. I'm going to go back and play a bit of 14 and see how it compares. The characters feel like they're big on screen, don't they? I feel like the characters are as big as characters in an SF5 match or Tekken match. Okay, they're not as big as in Tekken. They're bigger than I remember in previous KOF games. Maybe it just zooms in more than other games. Yeah, the roster is intimidating. It's a bit like trying to get into Smash. It's like, oh my god, I have to learn what about 90 different characters do. I'll just never learn it. It is an intimidating game, and I understand where they would want to try and make it more approachable. Maybe the roster is not the most intimidating part of the game. I think definitely the speed, the combos, the dealing with jumps is very different to something like Street Fighter. Well, I would love to ramble on forever, but I have really enjoyed this first look at KOF15, the open beta. The game is coming out, like I think people were saying earlier, February 22nd. Hopefully they'll run another open beta after they've done a little more testing, so Who knows? Maybe in January they'll announce like another open beta. I don't think it's necessary. Clearly, the netcode works, in my opinion. I didn't notice anything weird. One thing I can actually happily report is I didn't feel like slower connections were adding delay to the inputs, as opposed to fighting EX layer. I was like, is it really necessary to force all this extra input lag whenever someone's further away? Doesn't that just you've put rollback into the game, but you're not using it because you keep adding all this input delay every time people are a little bit further away. Like, there's nuances there, but I didn't really enjoy the rollback netcode in Fighting EX Layer. I think it's an awesome game, but I think the netcode, it's like they put rollback in, but it doesn't feel like rollback. It just feels like a sort of deluxe delay-based game by comparison. What I'm saying is, KOF15, I felt like even when the connections were pretty slow there, I felt like my buttons were coming out when I wanted them to come out. So that was nice. It somewhat defeats the purpose of adding rollback. I guess if the delay is not variable, so it's like set input delay, I guess that's fine. But I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna put rollback in the game, just put in rollback like we would recognize it from other games. Thank you everyone for all the support in the chat, coming and hanging out and playing games with me in this open beta, loading up the game, jumping into matches, subscribing. I love the support. Obviously, the main thing you can do to support this channel is just show up, be here every now and then. You don't even have to stay for longer than a few minutes. If you just pop in and say hello, really appreciate seeing names pop up, especially names I haven't seen for a while, which is all of you, because I haven't streamed for 2 months. It might even be 3 months. I haven't counted. It's been a while. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next NihongoGamer stream and or video. Most likely it'll be a video. I'll see you all in the next one.